All right, welcome everybody. Happy Monday to everybody. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. A little cold and a little rainy. That being said, if you are prospecting today or engaging in real estate, make sure that you are taking precautions, umbrella and drive slow. We don't want anybody to get into any accidents, okay? But that doesn't mean that the rain will prevent you from prospecting, right? You can still use your telephone, text, so keep doing what you're doing. Before I hand it over to our spotlight today, our affiliate spotlight, I did want to bring something up. There was a realtor that was door knocking this weekend at my house, and she left a little box of candies. It's called candy cartons. So it really made her stand out because I've never had that. I've usually just have like door knockers or some sort of flyer and stuff. But if you really do want to stand out, I looked them up. They're called candy cartons, candycarton.com. Comes out to about $1 per carton, which is not that bad. But if you're going to be door knocking around your neighborhood or somewhere where it's not going to be like real massive, that could be very economical and it'll make you stand out and stuff. So it's called candycartons.com. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to hand it over to our affiliate spotlight today. Jana I'm sorry, Jana, what escrow are you with again?
Mutual Escrow.
Mutual Escrow, and they're located at
Arcadia.
Arcadia. All right, without further ado, Jana, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is Jenna for Mutual Escrow. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. Today, I would like to talk about foreign taxes, which mean nowadays we have a lot of foreigners who like to invest in US. They purchase the property as a primary resident or investments. And a lot of time, like maybe in a few years, they would like to sell the property to purchase another one, or they will sell the property to leave the country. At that time, we need to, as an escrow, okay, we need to withhold their funds due to there's a gain in the property. So let me review some of the stuff with you guys first, because I know that we don't have a lot of transaction right now that's 100,000 or less or 300,000 or less. Like for example, if you have property or land or anything that is 100,000 or less, there's no California withholding needed, which means there's no withholding for the escrow when the transaction finished. So there's no money hold or any like 3.33 to send to franchise tax board. All those money, no need to for the 100,000 or less. If anything is 300,000 or less, that means we have to check, first of all, is the buyer purchased this as a primary residence? If yes, there's no IRS withholding. The 10%, there's no withholding on that part. But the franchise tax board, the 3.33, we still need to withhold, still need to send in. And please remember, I have some customer who ask me, isn't it you withholding, my proceed, the net proceed? I say, no, I need to based on your selling price. So we withholding the 3.33 based on the selling price, or 10% based on your selling price, not the net that the seller received. Okay. And then for anything that's under 1 mil, okay, anything under 1 mil, there will be a 3.33 California withholding. Okay, that need to send to the franchise tax board 20 days after close of escrow. And for the RS part, we need to find out if the buyer is purchasing this as a primary resident. If yes, if the answer is yes, there will be a 10% withholding. For any investment properties, is 15%. If buyer purchased this as an investment property, the withholding is 15%. Okay, so for any property that's over 1 mil, then the 3.33 is for sure to the franchise tax board. That's for the California withholding. And for the RS is 15%. Okay, it's 15% of the selling price. And then I do have customer ask me, can I do 1031? Okay, if I'm a foreigner. The answer is yes, you can do 1031, but there are few requirements. First of all, you have to have a tax ID number. For those who's, have the investment property, normally they will rent out the they will collect rents. So their accountant actually will apply the tax ID for them because they have to file tax every year. So they should have tax ID, okay? If the customer doesn't have tax ID, they do not qualify for the 1031 exchange. So which means the California part, the California withholding 3.33, that they don't have to be withhold because the money is going to 1031. But we come to a problem that because the customer is a foreigner, so the RS withholding still remain. So which means if an escrow collect the funds to send to the RS, which means not all the money going to the 1031, correct? In this case, the seller has to wire money back to escrow for the amount that escrow withhold for the RS, okay? So there will be more money coming in, from the seller. But of course, at the end, everything finished, the seller can get a refund back. The accountant will help them process that. Okay, but that is, something when the customer asks us, yeah, this is the answer that we give it to them. We have checked with our accountant. That's what, how the 1031 will process. Okay, so you need to find a very good accountant who knows about the foreign tax law. Not every accountant will know because they, just like attorney, you are expert in certain field. So those accountants, they have deal with RS all the time with the franchise tax board. So they know the rule and the law and what to follow and what to do. So that will help the customer to get their refunds or to know how to process and will not delay, okay, for their money back. Okay, but also one more thing, if the seller and the buyer, they both are foreigners, and then in our case, we have to withhold the seller's fund, right? But in this case, you have to let the buyer know because buyer also need to apply for tax ID. In the regular transaction, we have the seller as a foreigner, but a lot of time we have the buyer as a resident. So they will have their social security number, they have all other information. But for the foreign, buyer, they don't have social security number, they don't have tax ID. But on the 8288 form, when we fill the form, on the top portion, we have to, enter buyer's information, buyer's name, buyer's address, buyer's social security number, because buyer is the withholding agent as per RS, their guideline. So buyer is responsible if seller doesn't pay tax. So they need the buyer's information on the form, and whenever seller receives the information from RS, buyer will also receive, as a notification, as information. So if there's accountant helping seller working on this kind of, withholding cases, buyer should be, feel comfortable to release information because there's nothing going to, there won't be any withholding on the buyer side, and buyer will be, safe for, RS will not send them a letter say, you know what, you need to pay the tax, on this property because, seller did not pay it. Okay. And then also, I do have customer ask me this question too. I give up my green card. Okay. I give up my green card. Now I have a property I want to sell. We check with our accountant. The social security number that this customer has was still good for them to process, even though they are a foreigner. The social security number is a number that go with this customer and is forever. Okay, so the social security number is good. They don't need to apply the tax ID. Is it so far okay? This,
Yes.
okay, okay, I just want to make sure. And then also, let me see. Let me see what else I wanted to talk about it. Okay. Yep. Okay. So I'm just talking about the basic and then talking about, like the withholding, the percentage, and what it's gonna do. So does anybody have any question to ask?
Jenna, I have a question. Now, for the foreigners, you first of all you have to get the foreign ID, right? Tax ID.
The tax ID.
So once you get it, how long does it last? Or do you have to do another one? Two or 3 years later when you do another transaction?
No, this
How
number will
many
go
years
with
can
that
it
person
last?
forever.
Forever?
Yes.
Okay.
The number is going with, yeah, just like same thing. If
That's
you
good.
don't, if you give up your green card, your social security number is with you forever.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And also you mentioned that if the buyer forgot to pay the tax, and the seller forgot to pay the tax, the buyer will be responsible. Then how does the buyer make sure that the seller pays the tax?
Okay. That's why.
For
Okay.
example, if you have a mistake, I don't know what happened, but if you make a mistake thinking that that seller is a permanent resident and you didn't do a foreign tax ID, you didn't withhold the tax, then whose fault would be that? Is that the listing agent, the buyer's agent, or the escrow?
Okay. First of all, when we give out the opening package, there's a FERPA form. There's a withholding 593. After the seller complete all those forms back to us, we automatically will know. Because if they don't have a social security number or tax ID, they will leave that blank. They will leave that blank. So we automatically will know. But a lot of my agent, they will ask seller, when they fill out the disclosure, is that one of the form in there that will ask seller to fill out for their ID? For their social security number. Yeah, that's how we find out. Sometimes the agent will let us know, but sometimes when we find out about that, when we receive the package back, we normally review right away, and then we will call the agent and then call the seller right away just to confirm on that.
So it's almost a fail-safe system that you have, and not to overlook that.
Yes, you have to be experienced escrow officer. Yeah.
Then because the buyer will be so shocked, if later on he has to pay for the tax that the seller owns.
Yes, I know, and sometimes it's a lot of money because it depends on the selling price too.
Jenna, so that's never happened to you, to your escrow, where a buyer is responsible for it?
Yeah, I've been in escrow for 32 years. I have been doing this like at least 25 years ago. But in the early time, it was people from Taiwan or people from Hong Kong. That's when we will have those kind of transaction. But now we have a lot of people from mainland China, and then so we bump into a lot more now.
So what would you recommend, or what kind of advice would you be able to give our agents who represent a buyer to safeguard their buyer from any potential liabilities from the seller?
Okay, I know that I have a lot of agents will ask me, can you sign the QS form? I know that a lot of time the escrow might not want to sign that, but we will provide the FERPA, okay, to this to buyer, to listing agent, to selling agent in the closing package. Of course, that was toward the end, but in the meantime, selling agent can call escrow and ask, I would like to know, is the seller is a foreigner? Or send an email to us, if they want, they can do that. Escrow should be able to answer that because we are in the transaction. They did not, we do not have to provide the document right away, or maybe at the early stage, we will say, sorry, we haven't received the seller's package back, but we will follow up and let you know. So in the meantime, if I know that, I probably will call the listing agent just to ask, even before the document comes back to us. Mhm.
Perfect.
Mhm.
All right, any questions for Jenna? So I know it's a lot of information, but you don't have to be an expert in that. That's why you have escrow.
That's why we're here.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Jenna, for your presentation. It was a lot of good information.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
All right. Let's move on to Sandy Frank. Oh, you know what? Let me get Mark Wu in because I know Mark has a meeting at 10:30. Mark, looks like you're walking to your meeting.
I am, but thank you. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a delightful day. Just Mark Wu with AMS Insurance Agency. I'm here to assist you and your buyers with their home and condo. With the way the insurance environment is right now, make sure that if you have a seller that's involved in a transaction or you have a listing contract, that these minor leaks that might be happening through their roofs and ceilings and all that, that they don't automatically call their agents and put in a claim or even inquire. Because if they call a 800 number and put in an inquiry, that is then documented as a claim, and that can cause delays on your selling, because now the buyer's insurance is going to want to see if that's been remediated. So just a tidbit of advice: make sure that they're having a conversation with their insurance agent and not the switchboard, because that will be considered a claim. I'm here to assist you even if we're not part of the transaction. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. So you
You're
haven't heard anything about any of the big insurers coming back to California yet, huh?
I have not. And have you gotten any documentation to that?
You know, I've been looking it up. I heard somewhere that 21st Century was coming back, but I haven't been able to find anything. So when I do,
Yeah.
maybe we'll collaborate and we'll share that information.
Absolutely.
It would be good because that'll show a sign that all the other big
That
ones
is correct.
start coming. Yeah.
I don't want to be a naysayer, but I highly doubt it right now with everything I'm hearing.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Take care, buddy.
Any insurance questions for Mark?
Mark, you said did you say that you highly
Doubt it.
doubt it? That means that very unlikely that it will come back to California.
Not in this near quarter or two. I just
Yeah,
think we have
but I
big
think
challenges.
I think eventually they're going to have to come back because they have a
Eventually,
big
but
market in California. It's
Yeah,
just
but-
political, you know.
well, it's more than political. What it is that they need to make a rate of return, and if their
Sure,
companies
yeah,
are
sure,
losing
yeah.
their pants, they're not going to be in the business, so they don't want the business.
Right. And the insurance and commission are making it harder for them. So that's
That
why
is correct.
you want to show them, hey, if you don't cooperate with me, I'm going to leave. So what are you going to do? So the commissioner is going to back down a little bit and work with them. So that's
Yeah,
why.
and he wants to be reelected, so he doesn't care about new buyers. Frankly, he cares about his constituents, and
Yeah,
that's what's
sure,
going to cause a crisis. My thing is, you guys as realtors really have to be on par to use their political strength to just pound at the commissioner's door, because this is really going to get bad for us.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
Welcome. Thank
Drive
you.
careful.
I will. Always do.
We don't want you getting in an accident.
Excuse
Was there a
me,
question?
Mark,
Yes.
what is a good number for you? I think I have an old number for you.
I put it on the chat. Is it not
Okay.
there?
Yeah, it's
I
there.
can send it to you too, Marcy.
Oh, okay, I think I have an old number.
It's in the
Thank you,
chat
Marcy.
box.
Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Thanks, Mark.
Take care. Stay dry,
right.
people.
Sandy Franco, good morning. How are you?
Mark took cuts in front of me. I guess that's okay.
I know,
Yeah, you know,
I know. He
You don't
asked.
have to be out in
yeah.
this weather. Don't be out in this weather today. But when you do go out door knocking, I've got the stuff for you. I got the door hangers. I've got the bags. Now is the time to hit it hard, so our spring is nice. You know, the seeds we plant now grow later. It's all free stuff, you guys. Door hangers, the baggies, whatever you need, just let me know. And I wanted to remind you that I'm here to help your buyers 100%. That's, but it's also an asset to you and to your sellers. The home warranty benefits everyone. It benefits the sellers. They don't want any nonsense after escrow closes, for sure. You can also get listing coverage for your listings during the listing period to protect them should their appliances fail during that time. You don't want them coming out of pocket. Let us come out of pocket. So there's things you can do here. If you get a listing, let me, shoot me an email and I'll let you know what listing coverage costs. It's not that expensive. $1.62 a day to protect your clients is next to nothing. Stay safe, stay dry, and how you vote matters. So vote.
All right. Thank you, Sandy. Any questions for Sandy, home warranty?
No.
All right. Marie, good morning. How are you? You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. Hang tight. Here she comes. We can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself. There's a little button that says mute. Can't hear you. All right, she's having complications.
Yeah, we'll come back later for her.
We'll come back to you, Marie, okay? All right, so we'll come back to Marie. She's having a little bit of technical. Birthday shout out to Hubert Chow.
No, we still have Frank.
Where's Frank?
Frank, yeah, there you go.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Oh, there you are, Frank. Go
Hey,
for it.
at least hear the sound of my voice instead of looking at the picture. No, and thank you so much. I apologize for just coming in late. We have another meeting that goes on from 10 to 10:20, so I just log off right away and come over here. But good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Things are looking great when it comes to rates. I mean, from what it was December 12th up to now, rates have been kind of creeping up. So people still think, or people are telling you, or we're telling people that rates are going lower and lower and lower. It's not true. You have to kind of look at the spectrums that from December 12th till now, it's probably a little more in the negative. So you're still in the sixes. You're not in the fives or fours. You're still in the sixes on the most loans between FHA, VA, USDA, conventional. So it's a good thing. It's better than being in our 7 or 8s. So that's an amazing thing. Let's see how it goes. One thing I wanted to just mention about something called AIO. Not sure if you guys heard of a product called All-in-One, which it's a great thing that, CMG has for realtors. I think realtors are investors that they have a lot of timeshares that they could put money into the program and it reduces their principal balance a lot. But we can talk about that more later on. So far, so good with rates. Any questions with markets and so forth? And especially right now that most people are getting their income taxes, their W-2s, their 1099s, their W-9s, their 1080 mortgage interest forms, start getting them ready because tax season is coming soon.
Thank you, Frank. All right.
I'm okay, guys. I don't know what happened.
That's okay. It's okay. Let me just ask if anybody has any questions for Frank regarding any loans or interest rates.
Frank.
All right, Frank, stand by. Maybe they'll call you. All right. All right, Marie, the floor is yours. You got that technical issue resolved?
Yeah, I did. Sorry about that, everyone. Marie Paramore, Contemporary Escrow, here to help you grow your business. Guys, the activity out there is moving. Is it moving a little slower? Yeah, but it's still moving. The escrows are opening. The listing agreements are going up. Most of my agents, I think I spoke to Arcadia office. I had an agent who had a listing out in Altadena area, and she had 100 people at the open house.
Wow.
So there's 100 buyers out there. So things are still moving. It's slow. And I think with the interest rates coming down slowly, all the ones that are sitting on the sidelines, they're slowly starting to say, it's kind of like now and never. We'd rather go in and, we rather marry the home and date the rate. You're seeing a lot of people that are doing it now, and especially our millennials. They're really moving forward. It's like even in COVID, when all of us, the elderly were saying, no, we're not going to buy. It's COVID. The whole world's coming to the end. The millennials were out there buying homes, and they're doing the same thing now. So don't stop your sphere of influence of, door knocking and reaching out to your sphere of influence. And what Ruben was saying about when we were talking about marketing tools, You know, it takes so little, and I think I've spoken to you guys several times about this. Amazon is your friend. I have an agent who went out and printed out calendars with recipes on them just to get his name on every single page of their calendar. And you can get 100 calendars made for, you know, $40, or, you know, pins with your name on it. So people don't use business cards. They want something more tangible, but if you give them a pin with your name on it and your phone number on it, it's always going to be on their possession. So get out there, market. Things are still moving. You know, I always tell you guys, don't be afraid of mobile homes. If you find a mobile home, bring it to me. If you can write the contract, I can do the escrow.
Mhm.
Mobile homes are moving faster than you would believe. Last week, I think I opened 5 in 1 week.
Wow.
So, and the price points, the commissions, people, they, you know, most agents, they shy away because they say the commissions aren't worth it. Well, the commissions are changing for mobile homes drastically. So don't be afraid of them. We're all here to help you. Anything you need, if you have your listing appointments and you need estimates, if you have buyer questions that for appointments you're going on, please feel free to give me a call. That's what we're here for. So everybody have a great rest of your week, and you know where to find me if you need me.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Marie.
Marie. And you know, if you have time right now, you might want to just polish up your listing presentation, because that could be the difference of you winning that listing, you know? So make good use of the time that you have, especially like today when it's raining and a lot of people they tend not to work as hard, or, you know, you can still prospect from home without being out and about, but, you know, you could also utilize that time to refine your presentation, you know, your communication skills and stuff. So anything and everything that will help you stand out from the competition. I believe that is the last of our affiliates, right, Peter?
Right, I think so.
Okay, so happy birthday to Hubert Chow, as I was saying prior to, and Frank, I apologize, I didn't see you come in a little late and stuff. So happy birthday, Hubert Chow. Couple of reminders for this week. We have a lunch and learn this Wednesday at 1 p.m. We'd love for you to join us in person, but it'll also be virtual. This is gonna be hosted by Nicole Menard with Fidelity Title, and she's gonna be going over target farming, okay? So this should be a very good session for all you agents, okay? So please chime in as Nicole will host that lunch and learn. Friday, we're gonna have a training at 10 a.m. We were gonna go over, well, this is tentatively. There is a scheduling conflict, so we are gonna have a training on Friday at 10 a.m., but we don't know which topic yet. It might be the second topic for the AIR commercial forms, or we might finalize the second part of the business plan. We will know more on Thursday when you get that e-blast, which one we're gonna do. Whichever one we don't do, we'll follow the following Friday. So rest assured, we're gonna be doing both. We just don't have the information on which one is gonna be this Friday, okay? And then just other reminders, get out there on the caravans. You got PFAR, you got you also have Arcadia. West San Gabriel hasn't done their caravan, so I think the rain's gonna subside later on today. So tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday should be nice days for that. It's gonna be a warm up. Holiday follow-ups. It's still kind of in the holiday season and stuff, so you can call them up. Hey, it was good seeing you, you know, and just stay in touch with all your sphere of influence. Keep adding to your sphere of influence. Keep growing, okay? And then CB Learning. I'm going to be sending out a new email today from that we got from corporate for some good CB university sessions that you can register to, and there's also tutorials. Very good information. Get onto your CB desk, go into your CBU, which is Coldwell Banker University, and learn at your pace. That's all I have for today, so I'm going to hand it over to Doug for new business in Arcadia. Doug, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. Does everybody look at Marie's a picture there? You see balloons in the background? Marie had a birthday this last week. So
Thank
happy
you.
birthday, Marie.
Thank you.
29, huh? All right, you go, girl.
Thank you.
Happy birthday on behalf of CBGR.
Thank you.
It's her birthday month. One thing you said about the rain, actually, one time one of the trainers said, when it rains, that's the best time to go door knocking because everybody's home. They're not out shopping and stuff like that, you know? So, and plus they can see that you're a real diehard. I don't know. It might be a good idea to go out. Anyhow, here in Arcadia, our listings, we have several coming in, but last week was a little quiet. Trish had a lease listing in San Gabriel on Camp. Real nice house, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, $5,500 a month. I expect several more listings by next week, okay? Because people are working out there. And sales are really good over here right now. I've got 3 sales to announce, but I believe there's 3 other sales over the weekend besides these. So I'll tell you about those next week. Michael Chan had a buyer in Arcadia on 4th Avenue, $1,570,000. Congratulations, Michael. Ming Lee had a buyer in Arcadia. I think it's Arcadia. I never heard of the street though. Anyway, she had a buyer for $430,000. Probably not Arcadia. I think that's a misprint. Alma Aguilar had a listing in Rosemead. Oh my God, less than a week, multiple offers. She sold it for $1,198,000 on the corner of I think it's Ralph and Rosemead. Pretty nice house, but needed a lot of work. But anyway, everybody here is working, so I'm real proud of the people we have here. Hope to give you a lot more listings and sales next week. Anyway, have a great week. Stay dry, stay safe. See y'all.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you. Thank you, Doug.
Always a pleasure. All right, new business for Alhambra. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new listings that just hit the market. Those are the condos. These are from Nina Shu. These are the condos on Chandler. So if you have a buyer for a condo in Monterey Park, please contact Nina Shu, okay? Those are, that's the project that the most recent project for James Chow, sorry. Aside from that, Shumei Cam has a new lease in Roland Heights for $91.75. Karina Pang has a lease in San Gabriel for $1,600 a month. Pretty good deal. Dora has a commercial listing in Alhambra for $728,000. And then Karina Pang has another listing, residential property in Santa Ana for $645,000. So congratulations to all those agents for their listings. We do have some sales. We have 4 sales. We have a lease. Shumei Cam has a lease in Roland Heights. Well, it equals $343,000. That's a pretty good lease. And then Mandy has a residential sale in Arcadia for $4.7 million. Congratulations on that. That's a great one.
Good.
Cindy and Cody have a condo that they put into escrow. They actually double-ended this in Monterey Park for $672,000. How are they getting all this business? They're door knocking every day, 10 a.m. So just hit the pavement, okay? You don't have to door knock, but whatever you do, do it religiously, okay? And then Emilio Campos has a residential property, a new escrow in Murrieta for 1.25. So that's a great one too. Congratulations to all our agents. Keep working hard, you know, and you'll see the fruits in due time. All right, I'll hand it over to Peter for his weekly update.
Okay, thank you, Ruben. Good morning, Coldwell Banker George. I hope you had a very nice weekend. It's a little bit cold and wet, but you know, other than that, it's pretty good. I didn't do anything. But I have a relaxing the weekend. Anyway, last week I was doing a little bit of marketing highlight for you. I mentioned that when you go to a market or marketing your property, and you have to do it religiously, and then said that you have to do it in the right niche. because everybody's niche is different. Okay, some people like to door knocking. Some people like to send out papers and brochures. Some would go to you know, marketing in with their sphere of influence. And you know that the commercial market is going to be a big thing in 2024 because they said $117 billion will come to mature. The loans will come to mature. So there will be a lot of foreclosures or refinancing or selling of those real estate. So, you know, last week I sent out, you know, a sample letter for you to approach your favorite lender and asking them to give you the information on the distressed property. You know, if before it goes to foreclosure, you have a chance to sell or market those distressed property so that you can get your commission and everybody's happy and the bank will be happy too. So actually, you know, it's a kind of win-win situation. You do something for the bank do something for you. So I think that's a good way to find your niche as well. And also, if you know some bankruptcy lawyer, okay, there will be a lot of bankruptcy in 2024, I'm sure, okay, because of the economy. So before that happen, you know, you have the chance to intervene and also help the people in distress and sell the property. And it's also a win-win situation. So, you know, or probate for that matter. So there's a lot of things that you can do in farming and in marketing your expertise and to help the people. So do find your niche, okay? And having said that, you know, Nancy from Lawyer's Title is good, gracious enough to offer her help in helping you farming and those specialties, you know. And so if you want, I can match you with Nancy, and Nancy can teach you one-on-one and lead you through, and you have the idea of how to approach it, because a lot of this specialty farming is pretty tricky, you know. So if you have the right lead, it will go you know, very well. So if you want it, let me know. I can pair you up with Nancy, okay? So, all right. With that, I want to, let's see, share screen. I want to go to my topic today. I want to tell you what's going on in the Department of Real Estate, okay? Which I do every 3 months for you. So, well, the biggest thing and happening in the Department of Real Estate is the Real Estate Commissioner, Doug McCauley, is retiring. Actually, he's already retired. He came in May of 2020, and he has a 4-year you know, job, and then he did this is actually the last year, the last month of his employment there. But he has quite a bit of accomplishment that he achieved during his tenure. First thing is the first one is the rebuilding of the DRE-funded University of California Real Estate and Educational Endowment. This is a fund that is you know, earmarked for improving student access to real estate education and facility academic research into the housing, economic, and consumer protection issues. Well, this has been going on for a long time, but it has kind of dwindled down to, you know, not too many things happening. But in his in employment, Doug McCauley really boosted up and rebuilt the whole thing. And he had a meeting with the you know, chancellor of the university and the presidents of different you know, colleges and make the endowment really strong and get it back on track. another achievement that he has the early strong advocate for adaptive reuse. This is something very innovative because you know there are a lot of office being vacant, right? So and also the California has a house shortage. So they want to cure this discrepancy by converting the office spaces into residential. And yeah, he proposed a lot of ways to facilitate that, and also getting the fund for subsidized for this kind of conversion. And that's what is going on out there, okay? And actually, some of the big mall are trying to reform themselves into a residential community instead of a mall, because most of the time the malls have a vacancy of like 40-60%, and it's really dying. For example, the La Ponte malls that used to be very busy and robust, but now it's like a ghost town. When you go there, it's kind of sad. So this kind of thing are happening, and he put in the idea of adaptive reuse, and that's very good. And even Newsom prioritized it, and then invested about 450 million in that fund, in that program. And also another thing is that he is helping the first-time buyer the educational program, so that they are well informed of what they're getting into by the first time buying into the real estate. And also he's expanded the DRE policy portion to include the landlord-tenant issues too. And so now the landlord-tenant issues are much more clarified in their policy. So that's good also. As I mentioned that he really rebuilt the endowment things with the university. And so this kind of endowment agreement is made between the DRE and University of California, notably the Berkeley and UCLA. Okay, and then he has spent a lot of time and work, and now is pretty much in a stable situation. And they in this program will especially cater to the people or students with economic or social disadvantage, and then it will include the opportunity for financial assistance as well for those students. Now, and also what's happening in DLE is that the new PA licensed education courses now is available. Because they have a new rule at the beginning of January 1st, 2024. They have additional educational requirement for the licensee for the first time. They includes one additional real estate course, as well as two interactive courses in bias and discriminations. So those are firmly taking effect now, beginning January 1st, 2024. And they are very busy in the auditing too for 2023. And you know that there are two kind of audits. One is the investigative audit, which somebody complain about the real estate agent or real estate broker or the company or the about the loan initiation. Then the DLE has to take that that complaint and do what they call the investigative audit. They'll go to defendant or the guy that or the real estate person that was complained about, and do an investigation on that real estate agent or broker. And it is not self initiated. But there's a lot of them going on right now, and actually he really stepped up and get more staff on this area. So that's why last year we get, as a company, George get more the investigative audit because of the complaint about our agents than the previous years. But nothing to be alarmed about. I took care of it all, and there's nothing we should be concerned about. Most of them are frivolous, and it really doesn't have much merit. But you have to be careful. Don't get people complain on you, okay? Because if you do, that'll be a lot of trouble. You have to produce all the documents. You have to answer all the questions and do a report, and also do a narrative and what's happening. Then the other audit is the proactive routine audits which initiated by the Department of Real Estate. They do it routinely, because a lot of brokerage are handling their clients' trust fund, and this is the big thing. They want to protect the consumer. They have a big responsibility to protect the consumer, so they routinely do a proactive audit on the trust fund. So the trust fund audit for 2022-2023, they found out that there was a discrepancy of more than $2.6 million in the trust fund. That's a lot of money, So they investigated, and as a result of the audit, they recovered $1.5 million, which is not bad, because otherwise, if they don't audit it, then the whole 2.6 will probably be gone, And so they performed 457 audits in 2022-2023 fiscal year, and the audit division also performed internal audits within the DRE to make sure that the management are independent and the objective guidance. So in other words, they do the internal audits too. So this is audit that auditing arm that is very powerful, So, and the DRE also has a legal affair division, which is responsible for taking the legal affair for the whole DRE, and also for revoking a license, suspending a license, restricting the license, and doing appeal. If your license is turned down. So they have been pretty busy too last year, and they revoked 242 licenses, suspended 150 licenses, and accepted the voluntary surrender of 61 licenses. So altogether, they have more than I can say. What was that? That's 400 licenses that are being either suspended or revoked or somebody restricted, and they denied 127 license applications. So this legal affairs division has been busy. You can just imagine, you just have to, it's a lot of caseloads for them. Also, the legal affairs division managed the DRE's consumer recovery fund, account fund, which is the fund provided to compensate the victim of the real estate broker when the real estate broker cannot afford to compensate the victim. So those are the kind of make well for the harm done for the real estate agent that who go busted. So that's a good thing too. And then during the fiscal year, the fund received 23 new claims for payment, pay 9 claims totaling $581,591. So they're working pretty busy too. And then they have a subdivision department. Unfortunately, this subdivision department don't have as a robust performance as the other department. In 2022-23, they only had received 2,534 subdivision public report compared to the years previous year before of 3,470. It's a drop of 26%. You know, so this year, 2023 is probably the lowest in the last 15 years. But this is to be expected because there are not too much construction going on, and there are not too much subdivision going on either. So the developer are sitting on the sideline and waiting for the interest rate to drop before they do substantial subdivision and building. Then also they have a mortgage loan activity department, which will oversee the mortgage loan compliance and enforcement and background investigations, report compliances, voluntary mortgage loan advertising reviews, and you know, all the other ancillary services also. Now you know that in order to engage in the loan in the loan origination, you have to have a loan broker's license. And so and even for the mortgage loan originator, you have to old destination for that also. So being just a regular real estate broker, I don't suggest, I don't recommend that you go into the mortgage loan activities. But if you are, you know, educate yourself and make sure that you have a proper definite, you know, destination of your you know, license that you are enabled to do. Okay, and now and the DLE kind of favor or have a favorable treatment for the military service members and their families. So one of the advantages to being a military service member is that, hey, if you are a real estate license, you get your real estate license in New York, now you can practice in California. And because they have what they call the Portability License Act, and which if you get a license from one state, you can transfer or be just as good for the other states. So that's a big advantage for those military service members. And then they have a special program for them, you know, when they buy property, or when they are being evicted, they are treated a little bit favorable too. And so being this is the way that they say thanks to the military service members, and I think they deserve it. Okay, so all right. Other than that, I'm gonna stop here. And do you have any questions regarding what I have presented?
Any questions for Peter? No?
Just one
Very
question.
clear, huh?
Yeah. Do you know
Say-
who will be the candidate for the new commissioner?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should find out, huh?
No. I just, you know, what kind of style, you know, he will be.
Oh, what kind of style?
Yeah,
Don't know yet.
because, you know, yeah,
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
this
he just retired this month.
this month.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure, you're welcome.
All right, folks. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you, Jana, for your presentation. Thank you all the other affiliates that joined us today. Valuable information. And stay warm, stay dry, and we'll see everybody next Monday. Have a nice and productive week.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
week, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.